Welcome to Balance Psychotherapy. I'm Kasia Makuch-Cole. I'm a psychotherapist recording for you from busy London, from my log cabin with a snoring dog. Join me on the journey through our internal world, through the messiness of our emotional existence, to stay balanced and to be who you are born to be in this world. We are meditating, regulating our nervous system, and tapping through this emotional and delicious mess together. If you would like to go deeper and shift your anxieties and depression, please look for a dark green bee for Balance Psychotherapy in the App Store. You're going to find much more in the app. And for now, let's begin. Welcome to Balance Psychotherapy. Finally, I managed to land here and start to record. Not that I'm super prepared. This is my last day of the week after seeing clients. But hey, if I don't start, I'm never going to do it. I would like to talk today about a thought that was with me for the whole week. And in few meetings came so present. I thought that a pain is our way. I know, it sounds quite strange. Well, how did I end there? So basically, a few conversations, particularly three, come to my mind. So one with a lady who was abused by her father. And then her whole career was about chasing abusers. I'm not going to go into details. In therapy, we somehow create narratives about people's life. I'm going to tell you a little bit more how therapy can be successful than just creating narrative. But the first step very often is about engaging in the narrative. And the narrative that she had about her life was that, gosh, my life sucks because I was basically stuck in this pattern. And I just realized that my pain brought me into a place in life when I was trying to fix it, or I was basically chasing my own tail. And that sort of narrative, that abuse that she received, was then into then chasing or putting in jails abusers. When she put it in a narrative that this sucks, I was basically chasing my own tail. That sort of narrative brings us to a place, and obviously she mentioned some sort of repression. That is a psychoanalytic idea that we repress and then repeat, which means exactly what I said. So we repress certain thoughts, emotions, experiences, and then we repeat those experiences unknowingly with an unconscious wish to go through it and then perhaps repair that. Unconscious cycle. The analytic idea has been with us for over 100 years. And we talked about bringing that psychoanalytic narrative into life. And we concluded that will bring us into quite a nihilistic place. When we bring that sort of idea, when there is no sense and we're just repeating and we're spinning that sort of narrative in our life, it's not very healing. And there is enormous sadness and lack of sense in it. When actually the truth is that because of what's happened to her, enormous amount of people and enormous amount of children who were abused. So it wasn't just repeating to repair. It wasn't just chasing her own tail. It was actually bringing a mission into her life. And the most beautiful part of it is that she actually didn't do it knowingly. So her own body and her own need brought her into a space when the pain that she received became her mission and became a light for others. And that is a very different idea and very different narrative to that pessimistic, nihilistic narrative when we're just repeating. This is an idea and this is a narrative that brings a sense, healing, purpose, mission, and a call into our life. That's where the thought that pain is your way came into my mind. Then, building on that, there is another person that comes to my mind. There was no trauma, nothing that she experienced would be called trauma. And there are so many people who are like her. So some of us have a quite sensitive neurobiology. So basically, we feel a lot. We can be overwhelmed very quickly. We need to manage the sensory overload. And what some of us do is to try to fit into a certain form out there. So we're basically ignoring the pain in our body, the pain of overload, and trying to fit into a certain role, into a certain job, because we feel that it's a good career for us. And very often, what I notice with those type of people is that they very talented, so they can basically do it. They have got a very good feedback. Yes, they can do it. They succeed in what they choose, but they choose from a position of thought, from a position of thinking logically what's going to be their next move and how they can succeed. But they abandon the reality of their body. They abandon the sensory overload. They abandon the pain. So I hope now when you see where my train of thoughts are going, that the pain is their way. Because they avoid the reality of their body, how they feel in their body. Eventually they are not happy with that how they live their life. They live a life that they feel that it's very well constructed and they succeed in it, but they are not feeling the joy out of that life. They feel very often very tired and very by that. So that was my second example of when we avoid pain and we avoid our way, our uniqueness, our mission, our call, our purpose in life. So I hope this is somehow perhaps even a little bit clear that we do need to feel our body, we do need to follow, and even if it's trauma, even if it's pain, it's not about over focusing on it or making some sort of martyrs out of us. It's about nourishing that part of our body. It's about allowing that part of our body because in that part where the pain is, if the pain is nourished, a light will emerge. I promise. So that's it for today. And we're going to finish with a focusing exercise. We're going to talk about focusing more in the next podcasts. But just to kind of wrap it up for today, I'll give you a little bit of a little taste of focusing. Focusing was created by Gendlin, who was a philosopher, and he studied under Carl Roger, and he brought an idea that we do need to experience our felt sense and nourish how we really are in our body to be able to navigate life, to be able to feel a call in life, and to be able to respond to a present moment. So, what we're going to do is first make yourself as comfortable as possible. And if there is even a 2% that you can do for your body to make yourself comfortable, please do so. Then I'm going to ask you how you are, how you really are today. And whatever comes to your mind, if you feel like this is just a clutter, just unnecessary thoughts, emotions, plans, please put it on an imaginary shelf. We have got probably like 85% of our thoughts, daily thoughts, we thought yesterday and then the day before. So we are very compulsive, very repetitive in our brain. This is just an organ, by the way. So what I'm going to invite you to do is to put the clutter away. And then if you wish, you can put a hand on between your chest and gut. And from that place, answer the question, how you really are today. And get that felt sense, that general aura, that general sense that Gendlin called felt sense. What we're wanting to catch is that sense of unknown, murky zone, he called it. And we'll probably be calling it like kind of a cloudy feel, the unknown. And try to just name it for today, whatever you're going to bring to describe it. Stay with one word or just one image. And try it and see whether that word sticks well, whether it's sense of unknown, heaviness, stickiness, sense of worry, joy, calm, peace, whatever it is. Just allow yourself to stay, name it, gently call it, to find a handle. And then just check whether that handle works for you. And just for today, stay with it and nourish it with compassion and gentleness. Next time, I'll introduce you to focusing even in more depth. Let's begin. Deep breath and make yourself comfortable. Do whatever you can to find a comfortable space, to place your body in a comfortable position. And ask yourself, how am I today? How am I truly today? And any unnecessary thoughts, problems, plans, gently push them away. And ask yourself again, how am I really today? And now stay in that sense of unknown. Accompany that sense of unknown like you would accompany a very good friend. Just staying with a very good friend, listening and allowing him or her to be. Thank yourself for now, for giving that space to yourself and time. And stay with yourself as long as you wish, as long as you need. Bye for now.
Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth.